Yeah. Turn me up.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to a special edition of In the Closet with Carrie, Caleb, Butnick, Leroy, Nene. We hanging out, y'all. We gonna talk about a situation here that Jacksonville have to deal with when it comes to the quarterback. And I know everybody, think Trevor Lawrence is the franchise guy, and he very well could be, but how is Jacksonville going to handle this man contract when they got 2 first-round pick quarterbacks on the roster? And if it was up to me, I think I might tell Trevor just relax this year and play his best, and I'll wait till after the season before I ante up money. And I know he the next one up, but Jacksonville, Button, what you think? What you think? What you think?
I don't know. If I had the decision between Trevor Lawrence and Matt Jones, I put it simply like this: if Trevor Lawrence get in there and he's as inconsistent as he did last year, I'm bringing Matt Jones in.
I agree.
Look, the facts are final. Matt Jones did not have the weapons that Trevor Lawrence have on offense.
Oh no,
didn't have the chance that Trevor Lawrence has on offense.
Right.
Trevor Lawrence had too many chances to prove himself, and this year is going to be his final year to prove himself. If he gets injured, if Matt Jones has to step in at any given point,
he better not get hurt. He better go in training camp with a mission on his mind, and that is still being able to prove himself, because in the NFL, every year is a prove year, because the young guys coming in, bro, they coming in hungry, they want a job. With the situation over there in Dallas with Prescott, Leroy, like I think that's a different situation. Prescott, he hold the cards to what's gonna happen on his end. You know what I'm saying? He hold the cards. But with this Trevor Lawrence, and now that we got a Matt Jones on this roster, what you got to say about that? Because I think I'm like, but I'll wait till the year's over with. Tell Trevor to go out there and ball and do his thing. Wait till the year over with, and then see what we got before we evaluate him. Cause he have to be evaluated. I'm sorry. I know he.
I mean, this gonna be a quarterback battle.
Yeah.
And Doug Peterson being the coach that he is, I think with these 2 quarterbacks, you just got to sit back and recognize who's strong in one area, who's weak in that area, who's more accurate in these throws that I need you to make downfield, or
simple throw. Check down.
Who can up. Now, that's another story altogether. When you step to that line, man, and you can't recognize what's being thrown at you, you got to be able to check that ball. Call your audibles, get into your audibles, and be able to manage this clock so you don't get yourself in trouble.
But is Trevor Lawrence?
I think Trevor Lawrence's problem is
he smart enough? Is he matured enough now where Peterson trusts him to get up to that line and audible out plays?
I've seen some plays where I don't think Trevor knew what the defense was throwing at him, and therefore that caused the throwaways or the overthrows or the ball sailing.
The problem I have, Leroy, is like he make the hard throws look easy and the easy throws difficult. The check down, you know what I'm saying? But like the regular check down that should be simple. You go through your process, and then if the first ain't there, the second ain't there, can you rely on your line to give you a couple of more seconds so you can look back over there to
where you're open at? Most of the he don't take what defense is giving.
That's my problem.
He's trying to make that big throwdown downfield.
That's what I think.
And not knowing that you'll get more yards on the check down.
You trying to make the big play.
On time, a check down on time.
Yeah.
You don't know what your wide receiver, if you give him a chance, you can break a tackle or something and get 20 off of a play that was made for only 5 yards.
You're right.
So,
but I say that. What I say is he confident because he got to trust that offensive line. He got to, you know what I'm saying? He got to be able to trust that offensive line. 2 years ago, he trusted.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we got on that run, them last few games of the season, nobody thought we were going to be a playoff team.
Right.
All of a sudden, we turned into a title contender because of everybody was confident and believed in each other.
Right.
When you go into a game, you tell you, hey man, I got your back. You got my back. You know what I'm saying? So you trust everybody to do their job, and if everybody do their job and you doing your job, then
I think that was an issue too with Ridley.
Yes.
There's so many plays that Ridley was downfield going like this.
Yeah.
And you throwing it over here, and that's another thing. These wide receivers is looking at it like, hey man, I can go over here where a quarterback can get me this ball.
Yeah.
On these type of plays, and then struggling with you. And it's some throws that comes with football, going across the middle or catching it in the air or whatever. But you expect you're expecting for your quarterback.
You gotta
to put
take
it
one for the team.
Yeah, but man, that dude will get you killed.
But I tell you, we talk about the old line and Trevor Lawrence comfortability in the pocket, so he can stand upright and zoom, scan the field, and then make that throw. He got a quick release. I don't take that from him. But at the same token, when we come to camp this year, and that offensive line is intact and they're doing what they're supposed to do, who's going to learn to trust first? Is it going to be Matt Jones or is it going to be Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence can't come in this offseason feeling like he don't have to look over his shoulder. That's all I'm saying. This year, he got to step a little soft off. If he falter, Matt Jones, the hometown kid, I feel like that guy could step in and with the... Okay, let's talk about the weapons. Losing Calvin Ridley. Okay? A lot of people don't like the fact that we lost Calvin Ridley. I don't like the fact of that. But when we really got Gabe Davis, I was breathing a little bit more comfortable.
Yes.
Then we went and got Thomas in that draft. Man, we got more weapons in Jacksonville now than they ever had.
Right.
And we don't have a Keenan McCarter and a Jimmy Smith. Okay?
Yeah.
But with these receivers we got, we had Smurfs running around the field. Now we got two guys, 6'4", 6'5", that can run and gonna win one-on-one matchups. And not to mention, nobody ain't gonna talk about Jarvis Landry and what he brings to that receiving room, but that guy is gonna get everybody up to par. We got the tight ends. I think everything is in place for Trevor to succeed. But if he slip, I'm here to tell you first, we might be looking at the hometown boy make good. And Jacksonville brought him home for a reason. And it wasn't because he from Jacksonville. It's because that dude can play. You ain't see it too much in New England. But in Alabama, when Alabama played Trevor Lawrence and Clemson in college, I put my money on Jones every time. I mean, I know Trevor Lawrence ceiling is up there, but Matt Jones is one of them guys that can play in the NFL for 14 years behind a safe haven line and succeed and possibly win the championship.
This is fair.
Now, I'm just saying, but
Trevor Lawrence.
I say this though. Most of the plays we had now, didn't it seem like Jacksonville when we throwing the deep ball?
Yeah.
Didn't it seem like most of the time it was a struggle to hit the man downfield. Like we never had really separation like we needed to make a pass going deep look so easy, or we can score off of that if we needed to. Now this boy we got coming in now, we can take we
taking the top off the defense. And I would just
now I'm saying
with Davis too.
Now I'm saying to myself,
Duvernay, right? I forgot about Duvernay.
Yeah.
Slot. Now when what's the name go down? When Kirk go down, we got another slot with Duvernay.
And Washington.
Right. He coming. Why
now look, all what I just said. Now all them balls that Trevor let say. Now we got a dude that can get downfield, take the top off the defense, and get enough separation to make them catches on them plays when you're trying to go deep.
And you're gonna feel comfortable about throwing it because you ain't got too many DBs and safeties that's 6'4", 6'5". They gonna go up with these guys.
Right.
And Gary Davis gonna go get that ball. I don't know what people talking about. Talking about he's not a.
Nah. When it comes to saying did we have outstanding route runners, I can say Ridley was the only outstanding route runner we have.
I won't say that. But we called Ingram at tied into the great route runner.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you that's strange. Came along too. So I don't know.
But I think the next best thing to Ridley to me was Ingram.
Yeah.
Ingram is a good route.
You're wide out, so you're a bunch of wide out.
That guy, man. I was like, nah, to get separation, it wasn't a problem.
He gonna push you.
To get separation, it wasn't a problem. But like,
every receiver came from Alabama, and if you check it, Devontae Smith, okay,
that guy make it look easy.
Waddle, okay. Calvin Ridley, all these guys Alabama boys, and all these other guys say that Calvin Ridley was the best receiver that they seen come out of Alabama. Now, we lost a good one, I ain't gonna lie. But when you can replace him with a Brian Thomas, that young stuff from LSU, and the Gary Davis, and we got Jarvis Landry, man, our receiver room is a lot better than it's been.
Yeah, this is one of the best receivers I've seen in a long time.
Oh man, that receiver room is better than I've seen in a long time.
Your top three receivers plus your backups are studs.
Yeah, and you got bona fide tight end. I'm gonna tell you, Ingram is a hard one-on-one cover.
Yeah.
So every time if they leave him one-on-one, which that's gonna have to be an option because after a while, when y'all recognize who Brian Thomas is, you gonna have to double team that guy. And you already know about Christian Kirk in the slot.
Once you recognize it, shoot, I think I'm overly anxious with the ground game. I want to see the ground game eat.
Yeah.
I want to see them guys eat, man.
Eat ain't gonna do his thing.
Okay,
man.
but there you go. This offensive line gonna be within for us to have an effective running game because that Tank Bigsby and ETN, we got some back.
That's a 1-2 punch.
We got a 1-2 punch. They don't know about Bigsby too much right now, but he coming. Yeah, he coming. He coming.
You give Tank Bigsby, I'll say it like this: you give Tank Bigsby in there, run like he's supposed to.
Yeah.
You have a new era of Fred Taylor and Maurice Jones-Drew coming.
Whoa.
And that's a lot to say. And then on top of that, you're adding in the top three receivers.
You might have.
And this is why I said Jaguars have a chance to be one of the most elite teams this year.
Right.
And they have to do it this year, though. They can't develop. They have to do it this year because you're going to come out there and punch them in the mouth. Because they're like, oh my God, Etienne, oh my God, Bigsby, oh my God, Christian Kirk, oh my God, Gabe Davis, oh my God, Brian Thomas, all the way down the field.
Ingram, right?
And the teams are not going to know what to do or how to cover or who they should cover. The only person that can mess this whole situation up
Trevor Lawrence.
It's Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
He's the only person who can mess this whole situation up.
But how long will Doug Peterson stick with it before? Because you know the hometown, if Trevor Lawrence, soon as he throw his first pick, the hometown gonna be looking for Matt Jones.
But
So how patient does Peterson
do we
be?
give him a do we slightly give him a pass because of the injury?
Yeah, you have. That's why.
I mean,
that's why you bring. That's why
the rush back.
That's why you
back.
That's why
His
you.
mental wasn't. You can see his mental wasn't right off the rush back.
They shouldn't have brought him back.
Yeah.
They should have brought Trevor Lawrence back. You're right. I'm
Yeah.
glad you said that because when they brought him back, it was 2 weeks early.
And we all
And we was getting our feet wet with the backup, which was pretty much controlling the offense. He wasn't turning the ball over.
he was maintaining.
He was maintaining.
We saw